In my senior year at USC Aiken, I completed a capstone course. Do you know what that is? I didn't either. In architectural terms, the capstone is the crowning piece of an arch. It is the final stone that caps off the arch, completing it. How does this apply to college? A capstone is a high point or crowning achievement. It is a culmination of all the skills learned from higher education, primarily from a student's major. It completes an academic career. At USC Aiken, there are 4 capstone options: professional project, internship, creative project, or research paper. Since I work full-time in higher education, it made sense to work on a professional project, and I knew just the project for me. I am an administrative specialist, and part of my job is managing the Student Nutritional Access Center, or SNAC, which is a student food pantry at Central Carolina Technical College. It was still in its infancy when I was hired 3 years ago, and in that time I have worked on building up the pantry. When deciding on a topic for my capstone, I knew I wanted to focus on the food pantry, and my supervisor suggested a sustainability plan. As a communications major, I knew there had to be writing and visual communication, which I will talk about later. My main takeaway from my experience is how important the snack food pantry is to me. Before I started working at Central Carolina Technical College, I had never worked with a food pantry before. Seeing how appreciative the students are is something that has become dear to me. The department I work in focuses on student retention, and if the food pantry can assist with that, I am proud to be a part of it. It is my hope that my capstone will help with the management of the pantry and to keep it sustainable for many more generations of students. I suppose by now you are wondering, what could I do for an existing food pantry? In this presentation, I will discuss the 4 main components of my capstone and their purpose. Next, I will discuss what resources or skills from a USC Aiken coursework I used in the creation of my snack sustainability and management plan. Lastly, I will discuss what I gained from my capstone experience and what my goals are for the future. My first project was creating the snack manual. It serves as a guide for running the pantry, explains our process for checking students in, student eligibility requirements, how we track feedback and usage, and it contains a comprehensive history of past accomplishments with measurable data. The snack manual brings all the information about the pantry into one comprehensive tool instead of scattered across various forms, shared drives, or personal files. It can be used as a training manual for future staff or student volunteers, or serve as a guide for other colleges wanting to start a pantry. Next, I worked on a plan of action. A plan of action is an organized list of measures to be taken to achieve a goal. The plan is important because it provides ongoing sustainability goals like current grants, our Amazon wish list, and current food drives. It also proposes future methods for sustainability and ways to reach more students. Included in it are my capstone projects and deadlines I set for myself. It is a working document amendable for snack pantry expansion, promotion, and, of course, sustainability, and it holds those responsible accountable. I completed a PowerPoint slideshow to present to corporate or community donors, board of directors, or foundation members. In between these 3 major components, I also created 2 social media graphics, one for soliciting donations and one for promoting the pantry to students, a student informational rack card with QR code to sign up, and a trifold brochure. These are the 2 social media graphics that I created. The one with the blue background is for donors, and it has a QR code to scan that takes donors directly to our Amazon wish list. And the one with the gray background is to promote the pantry to students. This slide shows the rack card, which is the tall graphic off to the side. This would be printed and given out to students. The other 2 images are the interior and exterior of a trifold brochure that would be given out to anyone who wants to donate to the snack pantry or just learn more information about it. Not included in this slideshow is the manual and the sustainability plan, simply because they are too lengthy to put into a PowerPoint presentation. but if anybody would like to see what I completed, send me an email and I will send it to you as a PDF attachment. As a communications major, I knew that written and visual communication were necessary for this project. My first step was to read through the Titan Toolkit, which is our college's marketing guide. I wanted everything to align with the colors, fonts, and themes approved by the marketing department. This is necessary because if the plan were to become active at Central Carolina, the format would need to comply with our branding. If I do that now, there will be no editing later. The plan of action also followed a template from Central Carolina, and I used skills learned in two of my Cognate classes, Business Communication with John Engel and Principles of Management and Leadership with Dr. Paul Hudson. My visual communication classes with Dr. David Morris were useful in taking photos and creating graphics, which were used in the manual, promotional literature, and social media graphics. The PowerPoint presentation skills are a culmination of many classes at USC Aiken, either through creating presentations for final projects or from skills learned in class. Especially helpful was Rachel Witten's class, Workplace Communication, and again, Dr. Morris's Visual Communication classes. My 5-year post-graduation plan. My director at Central Carolina fully endorsed my capstone project because she has proposed for a student advocacy coordinator position in the new budget. This position would serve as a liaison between students and community resources, as well as manage the snack pantry. It will be a full-time position requiring a bachelor's degree and 2 years experience in student affairs, criteria that I currently have. Her intention is, if the position is approved, to recommend me for a promotion. My capstone will serve 3 purposes: to justify the need of a student advocacy position, show the importance of the pantry, and why I am the right person for the job. However, it also highlights my written and visual communication skills and that I have what it takes to excel in today's competitive world. If the student advocacy position is not granted, I would like to stay at Central Carolina in another capacity. I like the organizational culture and I have built a name for myself. However, I am keeping my options open. I started working at Central Carolina because my experience as a student was positive and I wanted to give back to the college by providing positive experiences to other students. That being said, USC Aiken has also been positive for me as a student, and I would consider a career at USC. Other options for me are community outreach, marketing and public relations, or writing and publishing. Wherever my path may take me, the skills learned from my first introduction to communication class to my final capstone and all the classes in between will go a long way in my personal and professional life. My capstone project was to complete a management and sustainability plan for the Student Nutritional Access Center at Central Carolina Technical College. The snack pantry is important for student retention, and I learned how important it is to me that it is a mainstay at the college. I would like to thank the following people: my advisor, Meredith Hawcroft, who always replied promptly to several panicked and tear-stained emails with professionalism, support, and advice. Dr. Jason Munsell for supporting my capstone project, always responding promptly to questions or with feedback. His class videos were entertaining and informative, and the jokes or pop culture references reminded me not to take myself too seriously. Dr. David Morris's visual communication classes, because prior knowledge of visual media was self-taught, and I learned a lot in his class. He was also supportive in allowing me to use local Sumter businesses in my media projects. Lastly, all the staff I communicated with at USC Aiken were phenomenal in walking me through the process from enrollment to graduation. Ancient Greek philosophers believed in the concept of arete, which means excellence and virtue. To them, it was when you reach the pinnacle of excellence. But to me, it is not an end, but a journey. My capstone project is the crowning achievement on my journey at USC Aiken, but the skills learned in my bachelor's program and communications major will stay with me years beyond graduation. I leave you now with this quote by Aristotle: "We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit." Thank you.